Hi, I am Sunni Scrivner and I'm here at Yarn in Eureka, California. Today I'm going to do a demonstration for you on mosaic knitting. So mosaic knitting is in the family of slip stitch patterns, but it's a way to do color work that is different than Fair Isle stranded color work. So this is what I'm going to demonstrate for you. This is my Fretwork cowl. It's a pattern designed for Sweet Shop Patterns, my pattern line. And I wanted to explain before we start what we're doing. So what's fun about mosaic color work is that it's very simple. You're only ever using one strand of yarn at a time, so you don't have to worry about carrying the floats across the back. You are just slipping the stitches that you want to move that you're not using. So it's very easy, but it gives you this nice result that looks complicated. And it works really well if you use a semi-solid, or like a solid or semi-solid for your main color, and then a striping yarn for your contrast color, because then it does all the color changes for you. So let's get started. Here we are. We are going to start adding our second color. So I have gone ahead and cast on with my main color and worked my knit 2 purl 2 rib, and I'm ready to begin round 3. This is my Fretwork cowl pattern, and I've done rounds 1 and 2 where I just knit all the way around, and I'm ready to add my color B. So when I do that, I just like to leave a tail. And I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate this with a solid white color just because it'll make it nice and clear for you to see. You will most likely be using a self-striping yarn. We like to recommend Noro Silk Garden or Reggae Ombre from Shoppa Wool. But let me just show you with a solid so you can see it. So I'm starting at the beginning of round 3. I'm going to just knit 8 stitches with my color B, and I'm leaving a tail about 5 or 6 inches that I'll weave in later. I'm going to work across 8 stitches. And then I'm going to slip the next 2. And you're just going to slip them purlwise directly around your right hand needle. And then I've put markers in every 10 stitches, which you can do when you work those first knit rounds, just so that you can keep yourself within the pattern. And if you make a mistake, you'll know before you get all the way around to the end. So again, I'm knitting 8. And then I'm going to slip 2. And I'm going to continue that way all the way around. So I want to make sure that you realize on this pattern that when you work the even rounds, you will be doing the exact same thing that you did on the round previous, so the odd round right before. So round 3, we were knitting 8 and slipping 2. I'm just coming to the end now of round 4 where I've done the exact same thing. So you're working all of the same stitches. So I'm knitting 8 with my color B, and then I'm slipping 2 of my color A. And again, this is the second time I've done this exact same thing. So I'm just coming to the end of round 4. And you can see now that these slip stitches are fairly long because they've been slipped over 2 rows. So when you're working slip stitches, you don't want to do too many rows past 2 or 3, because otherwise those stitches are just going to get longer and longer and kind of stretched out, and it'll start to distort your fabric. So in this pattern, I'm slipping my first stitch, and now we're going to go back to using our color A. You don't have to do anything special. I'm just going to pick up my color A, and I'm working round 5. So round 5, I'm going to slip 2. So this time you'll see you're slipping your color B stitches, and then I'm going to knit 4, I'm going to slip 2, so again I'm slipping my color B, and then I'm knitting 2, and I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So I'm slipping 2, knitting 4, slipping 2, and knitting 2. And I'll continue working that. I'll do that same pattern all the way around for round 5, and then I will repeat it again for round 6. And that is pretty much all there is to it. So you'll see on the back that you have these little strands where you've gone across the stitches that you've slipped, but you're never gonna have long strands, so you don't have to worry about picking those up or anything. It's very simple. Let me show you on the inside of this one how that looks. So you'll see you do have some little strands where you've worked over your slip stitches, but you're never working over more than a few stitches, so you don't have long floats or anything like that. So that is how mosaic knitting works. And there's, like I said, lots of different types of mosaic patterns out there. They're very fun, easy, and worth giving a try. All right, thanks so much.